So hello everyone, welcome to this ProThoughts webinar. So the topic for today is the PMI ATP based changes for the PMP, the upcoming changes. Most of you probably are planning to take the exam. So a lot of information which might be helpful to you. Proceeding further, many of the names I can see who actually got trained from me. So many of you probably know me, but still, just for the others who have not got trained from me, for them, just a short introduction, a quick introduction about myself. My name is Arvind Nahata. I've been working with ProThoughts full-time as a co-founder, director, partner. Okay, and I've conducted for PMP specifically. If I talk, I think we maxed out the connections. So a lot of people are trying to dial in, but we have the limit. So anyway, so I have conducted around 100 plus PMP workshops and 5,000 hours in project management sessions, non-PMP as well, corporate trainings as well. Don't show again because every time somebody attends. Okay, and I'm also a disciplined agile trainer. I'm a CDAI, DLSM. You can find all those certifications list here, and I have around 18 plus years of experience working in different capacities in project management. And since 2015, I have been associated with ProThoughts full time. Okay, and since ProThoughts started, I've been with ProThoughts. Before that, I did my engineering from Nagpur, post graduation from US, and worked in US for around a decade, 10 years, and before shifting back to India in 2011. And 2011 till 15, I was working with Accenture, and in 2015 resigned from Accenture to join ProThoughts full time. That's in short. And I have around 30,000 LinkedIn followers. I've maxed out my LinkedIn connects, so you can just follow me. Okay, I cannot accept your invite, so you can simply follow me. So that is short. And I'm also one of the PMI authorized PMP trainers. I'll tell you what that means, because in the new pattern, not anybody can train. You need to be approved by PMI as a trainer. Only then you can conduct the PMP sessions. So I am one of the 2 PMP authorized trainers with ProThoughts. Okay, so you can see that logo in the middle. And quickly about ProThoughts. So ProThoughts is a project management solutions firm. We do a lot of things. When we started with trainings, but gradually we expanded into many non-training areas. And even in training also, when we started, it was purely PMP in multiple locations and multiple sessions. But then we gradually expanded into other courses in project management as well. So as of today, we are a global PMI REP plus a premier ATP as well. And we are the official distributors of Rita Mulkey brand in India for all their products and services. We have 2 offices in India, Pune and Mumbai, from where we operate. Okay, I operate from Pune office. And pre-COVID, we have been conducting classroom trainings in 6 cities in India and multiple other locations in Middle East and Southeast Asia as well, Dubai, Singapore, Myanmar, other locations. And we have trained around 5,000 professionals. 10,000 hours of training has been delivered by ProThoughts, and the courses for which we deliver certification courses, if we talk about, it's PMP, CAPM, PGMP, which is program management, certified disciplined agile, DALSM, again a disciplined agile advanced course. Then the 2 non-certifying courses like MS Project Tools training, hands-on, and the customized trainings as well, corporates and non-corporates. So we do a lot of different corporate trainings. Okay. And we have 50 plus different corporate clients. Right now, as we speak, we have expanded beyond trainings into other areas, which I'm just going to speak in a while. So we are also present in B schools. You can see some of the names where we are associated with for trainings. Okay, and the recognitions at the bottom left, you can find Your Story published our story in 2019. CIO Review magazine was the first recognition which we got ever among the first 100 startups to be considered by the CIO Review magazine, Times Group. Similarly, Economic Times, Catapult, CEO Insights, all those recognitions in the last 5 to 7 years we have got. Okay, 5 to 6 years we have got. On the right side top, you can see all the different things that we do. 3 to 4 things are training specific. That's the major revenue, half of it, and the other half comes from the other things. We implement project management softwares like MS Project, Primavera, Project Insight, and many other such softwares which are project management softwares. And we train and implement those. Then we have advisory and consulting services, and we have a top project management platform where we content and bookstore, rich content on different topics. I'll just cover that quickly in the very next slide before we start on the topic for today. So this was our vision, motto, and mantra when we started in 2015. Okay. And when I said content and bookstore, top project management, TPM in short that we call, we have a bookstore there. You can buy a lot of products and services there. It's an e-commerce section of that platform. Then we have blogs, articles, news, upcoming webinars like this one will also be posted there. That one plus facts, surveys, a lot of additional things that you can get information on that platform. Okay, so TPM is one of the platforms that you might want to browse through. Okay, that was all about ProThoughts and myself. And now coming back to our topic. So what we are going to discuss today is the future of PMP, how the PMP has evolved in the new pattern, and what that means for you. Okay, for each of you. So I will cover all the different possibilities for different candidates. So starting with it, when we talk about changes, PMI has changed in 3 different ways: in content, in process structure, and in syllabus. Okay, so we are going to talk one by one each of those 3 in detail, but the changes which are going to be there in 2021 is they are changing in a lot of different ways, which we'll be covering. Now the new pattern which we are talking about is already effective. January 2nd has already gone in the past. So since January 2nd, January 1 was holiday, and January 2 was the first day when an individual can take an exam, and the exam would have been will be in the new pattern now. Okay, and the second biggest myth, biggest misunderstanding right now is a lot of people are talking about PMBOK 7 in the market. Okay, there is no PMBOK 7 yet launched by PMI. There is a draft version out which they are asking the project management experts to review and provide suggestions. So PMI officially has not yet announced the launch of PMBOK 7. So, okay, so please remove this thought from your mind that PMBOK 7, the exams of PMP exams will be based on PMBOK 7 anytime in the near future. We don't know it. It's still at least 5 to 6 months away. Even if they announce it tomorrow, it takes around 3 to 6 months for PMI to make it effective. Overnight, they cannot make it effective, right? A lot of the training content, the exam patterns, the mock tests, a lot of things has to change from PMI's point of view and from our institutional point of view as well. And they have to give some time for the candidates who are preparing on the current one. And if you have to change it in the initial first half of 2021, they would have merged it with the 2nd January one, right? So I know it does not make sense to me to even think about it that PMBOK 7 is getting launched anytime in the near future. Because if they had to do it, they would have done it with January 2nd pattern change. Why to change it 2 times? It's a lot of effort to change every time, right? They would have merged it with the January 2nd. So I don't see any reason why to worry about PMBOK 7 right now. Okay, so at least I will say next 6 to 12 months, you should be able to take the exam which is based on PMBOK 6 only. That is the first thing. Okay, then what is changing in the new pattern? That is something you need to understand. Okay, so let's talk about that. So first of all, the way the PMI is evaluating your pass and fail, the way the PMI is designing the exam questions, how many questions from which area. Until now, it was more based on the 5 process groups, which you can call it as domains, right? Initiating, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closing. So these 5 process groups, these 5 domains in the old pattern is how the exam was getting evaluated by PMI. So your pass and fail was being dependent upon how did you perform in initiating, how did you perform in planning, how did you perform in executing, and so on, right? And plus, how many questions will come from which area? That was also based on initiating, planning. So you can see 13% questions was supposed to be coming from initiating. Means out of 200 questions, 26 questions were from initiation. Similarly, 48 questions from planning, and so on, right? This was the old pattern. But now the questions, how many questions from which area? So those areas has been redefined. How? Rather than the 5 domains upper, which are at the top, now the 3 new domains they have defined is people, process, and business environment. So people management is all about interpersonal skills, right? So 42% questions means 84 questions. Sorry, my mistake. So now another thing is 200 questions which used to come earlier has been reduced to now 180 questions, and the exam time has also been reduced by 10 minutes. So earlier it was 4 hours, which is 240 minutes and 200 questions. Now in the new pattern it will be 230 minutes and 180 questions. So 20 questions less. 200 questions is now 180. So all these weightage now 42%, 50%, 8%. These 3 percentages are all based out of 180 questions. So 50% questions on process means 90 questions out of 180 will be process, technical project management. People management, 42% out of 180 will be people management, and just 8% will be business environment. Okay, now your pass and fail also will be evaluated based on this only. How did you perform on people domain? How did you perform on process domain? How did you perform on business environment domain? Okay, so does not mean that the syllabus has changed. Okay, so Madan, one question from you is dummy question. So earlier the dummy questions was 25 out of 200. Now it will be 5 out of 180. So the number of questions on which you will be evaluated is still 175. But the what is reduced is the dummy questions. But you don't have to worry about it because practically you don't know which ones are dummy. So for you practically there will be 180 questions in 230 minutes. But just keep it in mind that your evaluation will be still based on those 175 questions which was happening earlier. Earlier there were 25 dummy questions, now only 5 dummy questions. Now if those who just want to understand what is dummy questions, out of 200 earlier, 25 questions were not being considered in your pass and fail. They were removed before the evaluation was happening at the end. Why it was happening, I don't want to get into it in the interest of time. But now that 25 questions is now reduced to 5. Okay, so number of questions on which your pass and fail will depend is still 175. But the dummy questions have reduced from 25 to 5. But because there is no way you can know which one is a dummy question. So for you practically those 200 questions is now 180 questions. So yes, Viraj, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Yeah, my question is like when earlier it was on different processes, right? One used to evaluate. Now, how much is the minimum person I need to score on people, process, like out of 42, I need to have like 30% or 40% minimum? How it is?
It was never announced even earlier, and it is still not announced right now. PMI never tells a pass and fail criteria. Okay, we can do a wild guess, but
Okay.
it was never announced. Even earlier also in those initiating, closing and all, if you would have asked me last year also how much I had to score in initiating, there is no answer officially announced by PMI. So,
Okay.
so there is no answer from PMI as well, and I also cannot. I don't want to do a guess on it.
No problem. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Overall, I know that it was around 70%, and that still continues. Okay, but individually they have never given a breakup of that. So, okay, and then even Ganesh has a question. So Ganesh, you need to unmute yourself as well. So Ganesh, any question right now? No. So Raj also has a question. Raj, you need to unmute yourself as well. Hello.
Yeah, just so my question is, they have decided the passing criteria section wise, right? Like 3 sections in the new pattern.
Right.
So suppose I'm weak in one section and I'm strong in another section, so it is not going to work. We have to score minimum in all the sections, right?
Yes, there is a minimum cutoff in all the three, but that is not announced by PMI. There is a minimum cutoff for sure. So they are just giving you grades above target, below target, need improvement. That grading will still continue, but that grading will be given on the 3 domains now rather than the 5 domains. But what how much you need to score to get an above target, it was not known earlier, and still it's also not known.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Ayush has a question. Yes, Ayush.
Yeah, Arvind, just one question. Actually, I came to know that after 2nd of January, again we have to do training, or whatever we have done training with the Pro Thoughts, so I am eligible to appear in the exam on that same certificate.
Does not
because
matter.
now the pattern has been changed.
No. So
pattern has been changed.
Does not matter Pro Thoughts or non-Pro Thoughts. I'm going to cover this later in this session, but just to let you know, because you have asked, even if you have attended the session of Pro Thoughts or Simply Learn or Udemy or any other institute, those 35 PDUs are valid. The 35 PDUs has nothing to do with the pattern change. Your application, if that is also approved, that is still going to be valid. If it's not yet approved, you can still apply based on that same 35 PDUs. So the 35 PDUs is not invalid still.
Okay, fine.
But
got it.
Because a lot of things are changing, which you will learn. So I will recommend, at least for your own upgradation, attend the sessions. Don't get the 35 PDUs, but still attending the session is something is recommended. Else you will have to spend a lot more time to prepare by yourself. And I will tell you
actually, I have already done that 35 contact hours with the Pro Thoughts. But this was a confusion that based on the same certificate, because right now only registered trainers based on that certificate only we can apply for the exam. So that was my query.
No. I'll tell you all the details. Just give, in the next 1 hour you will get the answer. Next 30-40 minutes you will get the answer.
Fine.
One of
Thank
the
you.
slides is primarily talking about all these things.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Okay.
So let me just see if anybody else has raised the hand. Just let me just quickly browse before I move ahead. No hands. Yes, Satya has raised the hand. Yes, Satya.
Thank you for unmuting me. I send my question also. The confusion is, as you said, these 5 processes are no more valid. They might be there in book, but in exam they are not valid, and it is replaced with these new 3 processes. So how to know that what I'm reading belongs to which process? And
I will tell you. It's also covered in the subsequent slide. Those are the things which I'm going to cover one by one.
Okay.
Just I think you will get the answer in the next 30 minutes again. Okay. So just hold on for 30 minutes. If you don't get it, please ask it again at the end in the Q&A. Okay. And what books do we, Ankush have asked, what books do we need to refer for people process? Again, the same thing. I will cover that in the next 30 minutes. Do we have a sample question papers? Yes, Arvindam. So for the new patterns, we have the question banks, but you will have to pay for it separately to get it. Or you can, if you are a new enrollment attending first time with Pro Thoughts, you can just take the whole package rather than just buying the question banks. So in the whole package, those question banks will be included. Okay, I'll talk about many of these things. So timings constraints, Sachin. Earlier it was 240 minutes in which you need to answer 200 questions. Now 10 minutes has been reduced. So in 230 minutes, you will need to answer 180 questions. 10 minutes reduced, 20 questions reduced going forward. So now 180 questions in 230 minutes. And on top of that 230 minutes, you will get 2 breaks of 10 minutes each. Those are not counted in that 230 minutes. So I will suggest you should take it. So screen is still on that content changes. I have not changed that screen side. I'm just answering the queries. Okay, so a lot of the queries I think which you guys have in mind, let's go with this session and keep it for the end, because many of these questions which you're asking, I am going to cover in the next 30 minutes. Okay, so let's move on. I think I'll not see the hands raised further. I will see that at the end. By then, if you feel your questions is answered, please remove the raised hands. Okay, So the way the PMI is going to evaluate your pass and fail, the way the number of questions, how many questions from which area it is going to come in the PMP exam, these things are changing based on, rather than the 5 process groups, now it will be the 3 domains: people, process, and business environment. Okay, so that is one thing. Second thing is this people, process, and business environment. If you look at it, it is already has been defined in the talent triangle, which you can see the right side picture, right, which is there on the PMI website. So technical project management is nothing but process oriented questions, which is 50%. Leadership is nothing but people management, 42%. And strategic and business management is nothing but business environment, 8%. So once you become PMP certified, you need to claim the 60 PDUs, renewal PDUs in these 3 domains only. So they are linking before exam also the exams based on the same 3 domains. Okay. So this talent triangle picture is copied from the PMI website. So these are the same 3 domains. They are calling it with a little different name. Process is nothing but technical project management. People is nothing but leadership. Okay. That is one thing. And the second big thing going forward is till 31st December 2020, the weightage of agile questions in PMP was much less. It was around 20% or less, but they have increased that agile weightage to 50% approximately. Agile plus hybrid is 50%, and waterfall or predictive is still 50%. I don't want to get into what is predictive and what is agile, but the weight, many of you probably know it, those who have attended the session, but just to let you know, agile questions weightage is more than what it was earlier. Earlier it was less than 20%, now it's equal to predictive. Agile plus hybrid is equal to predictive now. So around 90 questions on predictive and 90 questions on agile plus hybrid combined. That is what you can expect in the new PMP pattern. Now it does not mean anything changed in the syllabus. PMBOK 6 is still talked about agile and still talking about agile, right? It says that more questions from that agile portion will come. Okay, that is the only thing. And one thing is on top of these 2, I will suggest that you go to pmi.org and you download a document which is freely available to everyone, which is called Exam Content Outline, ECO. Okay, Exam Content Outline document. There was an old exam content outline. If you have already downloaded, please download the new exam content outline on which the new exam is effective, on which all these tasks and enablers are also defined for each of the 3 domains. For people management, what are the tasks, and under those tasks, what are the enablers? Similarly for processes, similarly for business environment. So all these domains and domain-based tasks and enablers are very well defined in the exam content outline document, which is available freely on the pmi.org platform. If you go to pmi.org, log in. I hope that most of you have the login credentials created. If you don't have it, create a free account, just like how you create a Yahoo or a Gmail account, free email account. Similarly, just create a free PMI account. And once you go in, log in, go on certification, select PMP. The page which opens, there you will find, you need to browse a little down. It's not on the, it's a big page with a lot of content. So if you browse a little down, you will find on the right side something called Exam Content Outline for the new pattern. Please download that free PDF file. Okay, so that is one thing. There you will find all the details of the tasks and enablers. Okay, I'm going to talk about that, Ankush, how to study tasks and enablers in a while. Okay, that is just giving you a correlation of what are the different tasks under people domain, different tasks under process domain, different tasks under business environment, and under those tasks, what are the enablers. It's a very summarized document, and I'm going to talk about which textbook to refer for going into the details of that. But that summary will help you really to understand, get a big picture of what you need to prepare for. Okay, so that is one document, Exam Content Outline. PMBOK 6 still valid. You still have to go through that PMBOK 6 document, or if not PMBOK 6, you need to go through RITA 9 or RITA 10. Okay, one of those 2. If you already have RITA 9, that is also perfect. If you don't have any of the RITA books, I will say buy RITA 10 from us. We are the distributors. We will not recommend preparing based on PMBOK because RITA is much better as compared to PMBOK. So if you have RITA 9, that is also good enough. So if you're having RITA 9 book, RITA 9 plus part 3 of PMBOK. Part 3 of PMBOK means part 1, part 2 is talking about what you have got trained in the older pattern, and part 3 is the Agile practice guide. Okay, so the increased weightage of Agile, those questions are coming from that Agile practice guide. That is incorporated in the RITA 10 already. So if you have RITA 10, you don't need to worry about Agile practice guide. But if you are preparing based on RITA 9, then RITA 9 plus Agile practice guide, plus there is one more thing I'm going to talk about in the few later slides. Okay, and exam content outline will not take too much time, maybe 15-20 minutes for you to just go through it quickly. That's not a study material, just a reference material. But download it to understand how to prepare, what needs to be prepared based on. So these tasks and enablers are not there in RITA 10, it's not there in PMBOK. I'm going to tell you which textbook has it. Okay, I'm going to come to that. So exam content outline talks about it, but more detailed, there is a dedicated textbook for that. Okay. Where people, process, and business also you need to be talking about. So now, before I come to the content, few things that you need to understand. One, in the new structure of the PMI, PMI is controlling everything. Earlier, anybody who is PMP certified can like when I started conducting PMP trainings, it was not like I was approved PMP trainer by PMI. Okay, ProThought decided that yes, Arvind Nata has the training skill, so let's promote him as a trainer, and I got promoted. I was doing PMP trainings even earlier, but I'm just giving an example. So anybody who wants to do the training, if an institution wants, so PMI was only approving the REPs. So ProThoughts was approved as an REP, right? We were global REPs. Now global REP can decide who their trainers is going to be. Global REPs can decide what study materials we need to provide to the candidates. Everything was dependent on the REPs to decide. That's where the quality was getting impacted. That's where PMI came into the picture now. Now they're not allowing the REPs to decide. So that's why they have got away with the REP program. Now they have come up with a new ATP program. Earlier there were 2000 plus REPs. Now there are only 300 ATPs. So number of institutions who can provide quality training has reduced. Okay. So we are one of there are two types of ATPs, regular ATPs and premier ATPs. So ProThought is one of the premier ATPs now. Okay. So ATP means authorized training partners. Now it's not only being the ATPs. Once we become the ATPs, like once ProThought became the ATPs, ProThought has to promote the trainers whom they want the approval from PMI. So my resume was sent out to PMI, many others trainers resumes were sent out to PMI, and 2 trainers got approved by PMI. We had to go through the train the trainer session, and based on that we had to pass the exam. Only then we became the authorized trainer. Authorized means you saw the logo on my in the initial slide where I introduced myself, right? So that logo was provided by PMI. So I am a PMI approved, PMI ATP approved trainer now. So it's not only the institute who has to be approved. All the 2000 were not approved. Only 300 got approved. And out of all the trainers also, the trainers has to apply. Once they approve the trainers, they have to attend the session, TTT, train the trainer session, and then pass an exam. Only then you are an authorized trainer for the new pattern, new PMP program. And plus, along with the institute and the trainer, the study material, we just cannot provide any study material we want. Okay. So PMI have created a dedicated PMI choice platform. Okay. So every time you want to prepare for PMP, any individual who wants to prepare for PMP, we have to get a license from PMI. So if 15 people are attending a session, we have to get 15 licenses from PMI. It is mandatory now. We have to get the 15 licenses from PMI. Using this license, you can access the PM. You need to set up your account and access this platform. On this platform, you will get something called a student manual, a PMP student manual. This is student manual, which is 400 plus textbook. It's just like a PMBOK, a mini PMBOK, which is purely focused on agile part of the waterfall. Predictive approach is already covered in PMBOK. So the non-predictive approach, the agile approach, is covered in this PMP student manual. which is on the PMI Choice platform. And it's not only that platform is not only for the manual, there are a lot of other things as well. Okay, this platform has very high quality spotlight videos from PMI on different topics of the syllabus, plus there are a lot of things. Okay, so it's a platform where you will get a lot of study material, including the main textbook for this enhanced syllabus of Agile, which has got introduced in a big way. Okay, so this PMP student, so if I need to tell you, you have two options. Either you prepare based on PMBOK, part 1, 2, 3, all the 3 parts of PMBOK. Part 3 is the Agile practice guide, right? So PMBOK, all the 3 parts plus the student guide on the PMI Choice platform. And plus exam content outline is just something which you can download immediately later today after the session. It takes 5 minutes to download, right? So that is just an 11-page PDF which you can go through quickly. I don't consider it as a study material. It's just a one-time go through, just to understand what is there in the new pattern. Okay, but to understand in detail, either PMBOK part 1, 2, 3 plus the PMP student manual on the PMI Choice platform, or RITA 9 plus part 3 of PMBOK plus the student manual, or RITA 10 plus the student manual. Clear? Exam content outline is always there for your reference, freely available, you can download. Clear? So the predictive approach is being covered by the PMBOK or RITA, and the adaptive approach is covered by either part 3 of PMBOK or this new PMP student manual, which you will get the access on the PMI Choice platform. Okay, for those who have already attended the sessions with us, you can raise a request with us, and we are still figuring out with PMI how to give you the access. But why we are not yet finalized on giving you the access is because I'm going to talk about that in the next to next slide, is that those candidates whose application is already approved, who have not yet sat for the exam even once, or those who have sat for the exam and have not cleared the exam in the last year, for them PMI might give you the access to this platform free of cost. You will get a direct email from PMI if you are a PMI member, and if your application, the only thing is your application should be approved in the last year. So they are still considering that, and they are like, by 22nd of this month the emails will start, sorry, not 20, by, they might finalize in this year itself by 9th or 10th, and by 22nd of January each PMP aspirant whose application is approved will get an email from us with the access, if we decide to give the access. So I will suggest, don't buy the access from us right now. Wait till 22nd of January. If you're getting it for free, why to pay for it? Right? If your application is approved, if you attempted or does not attempt, even if you have not attempted yet, even the first time, or if you attempted and did not clear, does not matter. Either case, wait till 22nd of January. See if PMI sends you the access to the manual, and not manual, to the platform. If they give you, they might give you some limited access, but that should be good enough for you to crack the exam. So let's see what they give you the access. Okay, so wait till 22nd and keep, you might say I did not receive the email. Please keep on looking in the bulk or spam folder. Many of the time PMI emails goes into the bulk spam folder based on your personalized setting of your Yahoo, Gmail, or any Outlook or any other personalized email. So your email might go into the, land into the bulk or spam folder. So PMI is going to decide, and by 22nd, if they decide, you will get a free access. You will get it via email, direct email. We are not in the picture. It's a direct communication between PMI and you, right? The only thing is you should be a PMI member. Your application should be approved in the last year till 31st December. Okay, so that is one additional thing. So Darshita, if your application is approved, I think you should get it. Okay, these are very specific questions which we also don't know, because PMI is not given a clarity on that. So for these type of specific questions, I will suggest drop an email directly to PMI. I will share all the contact details at the end, the PMI contact details. Okay, so there are several specific questions, I'm going to cover the generic scenarios. Okay, but if there is something specific, probably PMI is the best people to answer your questions. Okay. So that is one thing. Agile Practice Guide, Veera, PMBOK 6 and Agile Practice Guide you can download it with free of cost if you are a paid PMI member. If you're a paid PMI member, just go log into your PMI account, go to PMBOK, and if you don't know, just connect with our sales guys. They will be able to help you on how to browse through. And so where you downloaded the PMBOK from there only you can download all the other ebooks as well. Okay, there is a separate tab for that, for PMBOK or on all the ebooks. Just browse through, play around on the PMI website, you will find it. If you don't find it, just connect with us later. But the PMBOK and the Agile Practice Guide are available free of cost for the paid PMI members. Exam content outline is free of cost, available for everyone. Does not need to be a paid member as well. Student manual will be available, probably they're still figuring out, probably will be available only for those candidates whose application is approved. Now, whether you need to have a PMI account or not, I don't know. That is something PMI has to answer. The only thing we have been communicated is application has to be approved. Okay, so training, Veera, you need to pay and enroll. I'm going to talk about that at the end. Okay, let me just talk about all the changes and everything. I'll cover that at the end. So now, clear, right? So institutes are authorized, trainers are authorized, not any trainer can conduct the sessions, and the student manual is one of the important things that you need to have the access licenses for. So if PMI is giving it for free, please, if not, connect with us. We can get you the license after 22nd of January. Okay. Basically it's not the PMP student manual. What you need is the access to the PMI choice platform, where beyond manual, there are many other things as well. As I said, 15 very high quality videos are there. Plus there is a guidelines sections which talks about a lot of content as well in our syllabus. So a lot of things are there in that platform, and they are adding many things as well. Okay. So pretty effective and user friendly platform. So these are the things that they are coming up in the new pattern. Now, when I talk about the student manual, in student manual, there are 5 lessons under which the entire syllabus is covered. And now all our PMP syllabus, which we are conducting, is actually training these 5 lessons in those 4 days, 35 hours of training. Okay. So we are covering these 5 lessons, which you can see. I just tried to copy the table of contents of that PMI student manual. So that student manual of around 400 pages. It's, I think, 404 or 405 pages PDF. So it has 5 lessons, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exam content outline document, which is freely available on the pmi.org, maps the PMBOK and the student manual very effectively. Okay, how those process groups, knowledge areas, the processes are linked with these 5 lessons, task wise, domain wise. Okay, it's very well mapped in the exam content outline. So what I will recommend is, and that is what our role is in these 35 hours, to give you a clarity of how they are connected. Okay, that's what we talk in detail in the 35 hours as well. So the topics have changed a lot in different way of presenting. It's the same content. Like, say for example, network diagrams. We're still talking about network diagrams in these so network diagrams and the earned value management, and all those things are still there. They're still there in the syllabus, and they're there in the student manual as well. Many things are in the student manual, and PMBOK has it anyways. So how they are customized for the agile world, that is what they're talking about here. Okay, it's the same thought process implemented from an agile standpoint. Mapping between these 2 books, PMBOK and the student manual, is there in the ECO. ECO is exam content outline, which is freely available on the PMI portal. When I say PMBOK, it's PMBOK or Rita, both together on one side. You need to pick any one. Okay, we will suggest Rita as it is more effective. So now these ATPs, these student manual which we are talking about, You just cannot directly buy from, same goes for PMBOK as well. You cannot directly buy from PMI. All the student manual and everything, these are license-based things. You need to connect with us. So just wait till, as I said, just wait till January 22nd. If you don't get it by then from PMI, connect with them. See if they are giving you the access. If they say that we have decided you're not supposed to get it, then connect with us. You will have to pay and get the license from us to access the PMI Choice platform. But first, see if you can get it for free. I don't want you to unnecessarily first invest the money to realize that, oh, it was anyways free for us, right? So wait for that. Okay, one additional thing. Self-paced learning is no more applicable for PMI 35 PDUs. Everything has to be live sessions, either live online or live classroom. Live online, live classroom. But self-paced learning, which like Udemy and other institutes were doing it, it's no more possible. So PMI has got away with the self-paced learning. If you want to do the self-paced learning, only PMI is providing a self-paced learning program of theirs, which is pretty costly. If you want to pay that much, you can pay and enroll for the self-paced learning offered by PMI directly. Okay, so that's why we are no more offering the self-paced learning. It has to be live online, and we are planning to start the live classrooms as well in this year, maybe by March, or I think February or March is our first batch in the classroom. We're coming back for the live classrooms. Okay, so it has to be live sessions, whether it is classroom or online. No self-paced learning anymore for 35 PDUs. Okay, and this student manual, which we are talking about, which will be there on the platform, it is available in both digital and print format. Digital is the online version which you can access on the PMI platform, and the print version for which you will have to pay much more extra. Printing cost, courier cost, all those things adds up. Plus, it's all imported from outside. It's not printed in every country, right? So it is geography wise. They have figured out 5-6 different geographies. In every geography, there is one printing location. So if you talk about India, in India, it is getting exported from outside, in Southeast Asia somewhere. So from there, the printing has to happen and it needs to be couriered to us. So if you want the digital version, it's cheaper with the PMI Choice platform. If you want the student manual in a print format, you need to pay much more. Okay, we have not yet ordered because it's pretty expensive. So we will recommend to go with the digital version. Okay. So these are a few of the add-ons. Okay, now few additional things what PMI is offering to the candidates, existing candidates, not new. One thing I've already told you, right? They might give you access to the PMI Choice platform. They're still deciding. By 22nd of January, you should get the detail with the instructions. That is the third bullet point I've already mentioned. You might get the exclusive free access. Other things is, if your application or PMI membership is expiring anytime from now till April, from January 1st till April 18th, if it is expiring, they are extending it to April 18th. So if your membership is expiring on 18th of February, from 18th February, if you go log in right now, you might find it, oh, it's extended to 18th of April. So they are extending it to free. They are giving you this 4 months, 3.5 months, I will say, right? Because 18th April is around half month. So they are giving you 3.5 months to prepare based on the new material and clear the exam. Know that delta, know that different extra study material, prepare based on that. So if it's May, June, July, application is expiring, that will remain the same. If it's in the very near future, if it is expiring, then you get a free extension till 18th of April. It might already be reflecting in your account. Okay, that is one thing. And you have a more flexibility now to choose the dates. There was a big rush in December last year, so it was crazy, to be very frank. Okay, a lot of people panicked and just took half prepared. They sat for the exam. It was like a crazy thing people were doing. Okay, it's better to prepare in the new pattern. You don't have to rush through at least. Okay, and the additional thing they are giving is, in case if you don't pass the exam in the new pattern, they are giving you a 65% discount for the retake fee. Retake fee is anyways less. It's around, I think, $275 rather than $405. And in $275 also, if you don't clear the exam in the first attempt, the second attempt will be 65% off on that 275 as well. So big discount for the retake candidates. Okay, so for those who are retaking the exam, big discount for the to retake the exam again. Okay, now exact amounts if you want in rupees or in some currencies, you will have to connect with PMI. Okay, we have not seen a scenario where you have enrolled, or rather when you do it, please let us know so that we can pass it on to the other candidates as well for their knowledge. So we just know that there is a big discount, 65% discount on the exam retake if you have failed in the first attempt. Okay, so these are the few benefits that they are passing on to the existing candidates. Now somebody who enrolled in the new pattern in January, attending our session, upcoming session, getting the 35 PDUs and applying, for them these benefits are not applicable. For them it's pure 40, how it was earlier, it's the same thing. Okay, and they are anyways paying for the PMI choice platform separately, full amount, so that's why they're getting the access. I'm going to come about the offerings from our side as well at the end. Okay, and for those who want to get any specific queries, like I think Darshika had some specific query, right? That I did not take the PMI membership, but my application is approved. So if those type of unique scenarios, which is like one-off cases, I'm sharing with you all the PMI India numbers. Similarly, if you go to pmi.org, you will find every geography specific contact details. If you're in US, just go to pmi.org, contact us, select your geography, and all the contact details will come up. You can drop an email, you can reach them out. I'm sharing, most of you I find are from India, so I'm sharing the Indian contact details here on the screen. Okay, so you can, and there is a live chat option as well. If you go on the PMI.org, contact us. So you can chat with them also during that 8 to 5 Indian time. So you decide how you want to connect with them. Live chat, email, phone call, all the options are available. I hope you have noted down. I've just copied this from the pmi.org, contact us. Okay, so it's nothing new. It's available on the pmi.org. You need to just select India to get this information. And for those who are attending it, who are already PMP certified, if you are attending it for one PDU, renewal PDU, the PDU claim code is mentioned at the top. You can note it down. For those who are not PMP certified yet, this is not for you. Ignore it. You can't use it. So the code, you can note it down and claim it maybe after 3-4 days. We are yet to activate it in the PMI system. Once the session is over today, tomorrow or day after, this code will be activated. So try it out maybe Thursday. Tomorrow is Thursday, sorry. Friday or Saturday, just try it out. If it does not work over the weekend, on Monday, drop an email on info@ProThots. Okay, and I'm messaging you all the contact details, phone number, call, WhatsApp numbers. So ProThots website link as well. Now let me just give you a little overview about what are the offerings we are giving you as a institution. So we have already started conducting the PMP courses on the new pattern. So I have personally conducted 3 sessions so far, 2 or 3 sessions so far since November on the new pattern using the student manual. Okay, December 2 batches were done, and then there is a upcoming batch. I'm not conducting that, but from 12th of January, Saurabh Parekh, one of our other PMI ATP approved trainer, he's conducting the weekday batches. So there are 2 batches we are running every month. One is a weekday online batch. Anyways, it all are live online. Okay, because there is no self-paced learning anymore that we can offer to you because of the constraint from the PMI. So all our live sessions online. Classroom sessions we are planning to start maybe end of February or March sometime, but as of Jan and Feb, the online live sessions, I'm just going to tell you there are 2 sessions per month. One is a weekday batch, other is a weekend batch. Weekday means 9 working days, Monday to Friday. Like if it starts on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then 2 days weekend is skipped, again Monday to Friday. So 9 days, 4 hours each, evening time, IST. Indian time, 7:30 to 11:30 Indian time. So 9 days, 4 hours each, Tuesday to Friday, and next week Monday to Friday. That's how 9 days are covered, and the batch is starting from 12th. Okay, and the next batch is starting on 30th of January, which is Saturday. So Saturday, Sunday, and next Saturday, Sundays, 30th, 31st January, 6th, 7th February. Weekend batches I am conducting. Weekday batches Saurabh is conducting. Okay, both are PMI ATP approved trainers from PMI ProThoughts. PMI approved trainers from ProThoughts. So that's how the arrangement is. So based on which time suits you, whether you are comfortable in the weekdays or on the weekends, you can enroll in one of the batches. Now, enrollment. So for the new candidates, our MRP price is 17,900, and we are offering them for around 15,900 right now. Okay, but for our existing ProThoughts candidates who don't need the 35 PDUs and for which who just need the trainings, our offering is for 9,900. Okay, so that is only for the ProThoughts candidates. For outsiders, we are not offering this price. So 15,900 is excluding the RITA book. For all of you who are ProThoughts candidates, you don't need RITA book, probably RITA 9 or RITA 10. One of them you probably have it, right? So you don't have to worry about PMBOK, because RITA 9 plus PMBOK part 3 is good enough. Okay, if you have already bought the RITA 10 from us, then RITA 10 plus student manual is good enough for you. So RITA 9 or RITA 10, one of the two books is good enough for you. You don't have to invest in RITA book again. Okay, that is one point. So for the outsiders, on top of 15,900, which is the early bird offer for them, if they want to buy the RITA book, they can pay extra and buy the RITA book from us. Okay, so that is a separate on top pricing. There is a discount for them on the RITA book if they are taking the course from us. Okay, so that is the things. And if you want to know the dates and if you want to enroll for any of the sessions, either the weekday batch which is starting on 12th or the weekend batch which is starting on 30th of January. Similarly, there is a weekday batch and a weekend batch in February as well. If you want to see the dates, you can go to prothoughts.co.in, PMP online, and you will find all the dates. Okay, I just told you the January date. Similarly, February dates are also available there. So that is the offerings that you can enroll with us. Okay, and you can note down the contact details. So the landline number, the first number, and the second number is the WhatsApp number. That is the Pune office numbers, and the last number is the Mumbai office number. So you can reach us out on any of these numbers, whichever you want to. Okay. So RMC 10, Sachin, we are selling on Flipkart and Amazon and all for 7,500 plus, 7,700 something I think. But if you are just buying the book from us, we can give you for 7,200. Okay, and for the candidates who are attending our session, we are passing it on for 5,000. Student manual cost. So Madan, student manual cost will be in dollars amount. We need to convert it into rupees. I can give you in dollars. It will be somewhere around $40–45. And it's not the student manual, it's the access to the platform, which includes the student manual. But and this is the online book, if you digital one. Print might be more expensive. We need to figure out the shipping cost and everything. Whatever comes out, you need to pay that actuals. We will be ordering in bulk. No, most of the things are not covered in Sachin because the agile portion is very minimal covered in Agile. So I showed you that screenshot, right? What is covered in that student manual. Just give me 1 second. I'll just go back on that slide. Just give me 1 second. So these are the 5 lessons. So these 5 lessons talks in very detail about tasks and enablers, which you will not find in PMBOK. PMBOK never talks about tasks and enablers. It's all about processes and ITTOs, based on which there is a 50% weightage questions. The other 50% weightage questions is on tasks and enablers, which is there in the student manual. And how they are correlated, that is where that correlation is defined, available free of cost in the exam content outline document, which you can download from the pmi.org. So Arsa, you need to, if you are already PMP certified, you will have to pay for that student manual access. Just drop a message to us. I need to figure out how much it will cost you, and whether we can give you the access as well, because it's linked with the PMI.org login ID. It's not PMBOK 3, Santosh. It's PMBOK 6 Part 3. Okay, so please make sure people don't get confused. PMBOK 6 Part 3 is Agile Practice Guide. So RITA 9 plus PMBOK 3 Part 6, PMBOK 6 Part 3 Agile Practice Guide plus the student manual. Yes, so Salman, I mentioned that earlier. So recorded sessions will be available. Just drop an email on the support ID and the link will be sent to you. Yes, Veera, what you mentioned is right, that RITA 9 plus the student manual plus the Agile Practice Guide. So Agile Practice Guide is freely available for the PMI members, paid members PMI. And student manual you will need to, let's see if they give you for free, if your application is approved. By 22nd you will come to know. So if you PMI decides to give it, so if you don't get, if all of you, if you don't see any email communication from PMI for the access to the student manual by 22nd of this January, 22nd of January, please connect with PMI directly. If you ask us, and if we go to PMI asking for you, they will never entertain. They will ask us to tell you to contact them directly. They don't like intermediaries between. So you have to directly connect with them. No, Aniket, you don't have to take the 35 PDUs. 35 PDUs have nothing to do with the pattern change. It is still valid. Your application can go through still with the 35 PDUs. Okay, so this student manual, which you can see, is a must. This is something you cannot bypass because that additional 50% is based on this. Agile Practice Guide is also not enough. For once, if you don't even do the Agile Practice Guide, still okay. But this is something that you will have to do for sure.
Yes,
so
Arvind.
One thing, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Viraj here. So when you say 50% for Agile and bifurcation you showed on the first slide, like 40 for people management or 50 for business, right?
Right.
8% for business. So is it like 50% from these areas like combining together, or how it is for Agile? Or is it a completely separate, like how it is 50% for Agile?
So every question will be linked in two ways. One, whether it's Agile question or whether it's a predictive or adaptive question, right? Waterfall or Agile. And second, the same question will also be mapped whether it's a people, process or business environment related question. So every question will be linked two ways. Now, you will never come to know about it. I'm talking about an internal mapping of the PMI in their question bank. So every question bank. So when they give you the questions at the end of the exam, you must have got 50% Agile questions and 50% questions on processes, 42% on people. So
okay, got it. Yeah,
you might get more questions of Agile on people management. That is perfectly, you might get it.
Okay.
But then they will cover up by the questions of Agile in other areas.
Okay, and you are mentioning Agile Practice Guide along with RM9 edition and student manual. So the Agile Practice Guide is freely, we can download it from the PMI website, right?
If you are a paid member, then yes.
Yes, I am. Yeah, so I can download it. Yeah.
Which you should be, because your application for your exam, when you pay for the exam, at that time you need to take the paid member, right? So why not? I'm talking about the others. So for those who are not the paid members yet, please become a paid member of PMI, because when you pay for the exam, at that time it's recommended to be a paid member, and because exam fees is much lesser if you are a paid member, lesser than your entire membership fee. Okay. So I don't want to get into those finance details. In the workshop I cover that, but those who have attended my session know that. Those who have attended do the calculations. With membership, how much is the exam cost? Without membership, how much is the exam cost? And how much is the membership fee? And do the mathematics calculation. You will know it's practically feasible to, it's practically infeasible not to become a member. You should become a member, paid member. So become a paid member right now if you know that in the next 3-4 months you are going to take the PMP exam. And download the PMBOK, download the Agile Practice Guide, download the exam content outline, which you can do anyways. Okay. So let me just, these are hand raised by Santosh as well. Yes, Santosh. So Santosh, you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hi. Very good evening, all, and I wish you happy new year to all, as well as Arvind to you. Just would like to know, I'm from this October 20 batch. So whether this ProThoughts access will be still there with us, and for this mock exam as well, how it will be?
So ProThoughts access will be there, but for mock exams, I think you will have to pay again because you're not taking the exam in the older pattern. But the prices will be much reduced as compared to outsiders. Okay. So if you want the questions, just drop me an email, and I can work it out, and I'll let you know. Because for the existing candidates, we just want to do it cost to cost. How much we have to spend from the PMI? These are all, we are getting a lot of questions from PMI, which they are asking us to include in the question banks, and we have to pay to them for that.
So that mock exam, that will be updated according to the new pattern of PMI, correct?
The old pattern is no more accessible. We are removing the old pattern question bank. Why do you want that old pattern question bank now?
Okay. No, I have not seen it. I am just asking you. So that will be updated one.
Even if you had the access of the old pattern question banks, probably you will find that it's no more working. Even if it's working, it means that it's just New Year started, so the staff is a little late.
No, I have not seen. I'm just asking whether the new mock exam will be updated as per the new pattern itself. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
So everything will be updated on the PMI. On the PMI platform also, the access which you will be getting, like say for example, application process documents, that will remain the same. But syllabus, content based, all the course things will change. Okay, even I'm changing the strategy that I cover in the sessions. That is also changing, so that also is going to change.
So what was that batch, like the recording was there, so that will be also applicable for this new exam, or it is going to be changed?
So those recorded videos, we might keep it because that 50% syllabus is still the same. So if you want to go through it, but gradually over a period of time in next 2-3 months, it will go away. We will need to remove it, recorded videos.
Okay, so in the start of the session, you said if you want to go for a new exam, it will be preferable to have a session once again. So do you mean to say the once again you have to go through this training?
See, this is something I will leave it up to you. How confident you are. Like many of you who are Agile certified, any sort of Agile certification, whether you are CSM or ACP or Disciplined Agile or any of the Agile form. If you are Agile certified already, I don't think you need to go through the training again. Then you probably, then for you PMP is actually now easier because that 50% Agile will come naturally to you. Okay, Agile questions of PMP are much simpler as compared to the waterfall questions earlier. So 50% is the same, tougher. Agile questions, you will find it very easy now in the new pattern. So PMP overall for Agile experts have become easier questions. Okay, means it's become an easier exam. So if you have any form of Agile certification done, I will leave it up to your comfort level. If you feel comfortable, try to prepare it based on yourself. Make sure you have access to all the study material. Take the exam, see how your scores are coming. If you feel that your scores are coming good and you're all set, you can go for the exam directly.
Okay.
But if you feel you're not comfortable, you need to sit for the exam. You need to attend the session again. Then you need to connect with us. You need to pay for it and attend the session.
Fine.
We are not charging. We are only charging you. There is a PMI charges and all those things associated now. So you cannot just give it for free to you. So that's why there is a reduced, almost half the price to what we are offering to the outside candidates.
Fine. So thank you.
So you have to decide how comfortable you are with the Agile syllabus.
Fine.
Okay. So Subhadeep also raised the hand. So I unmuted you.
Yeah, thanks, Arvind. Arvind, I understood clarity is being provided right now. The only question which I have that like someone who is already a PMI, SCP or a CSM certified, that person may not require the training, but it is advisable that we get the access of the new portal question bank. And that is something we can directly contact to ProThoughts and get the access. I'm just not able to figure.
one thing. Question bank is not there on the portal. Two different things. The PMI choice platform, which PMI is offering, that is not having any question banks. In the PMP student manual, there are around 100 practice questions, but that is it. That's it. The additional questions, how ProThought used to provide earlier on the tool, that is still separate. That is not linked with the PMI choice platform.
Okay.
Question bank is
So
different.
in case in future PMI does not provide any access to student manual, then we can approach to ProThoughts for the ProThoughts tool, tool based exam, as well as the PMI new pattern exam related study material to access new pattern related study material.
Right. So with the PMI choice platform access, right now I'm saying just wait till 22nd, because if PMI is giving you anyways, then you don't have to come to us asking for that. You only need to come to us later on for the question banks maybe, right? But if by 26th of January, if they don't give you that PMI choice platform access, which they are considering, I think they are finalizing in next 2-3 days by end of this week. If they finalize, then after that, it's like a global thing, not only Indian candidates or not only ones. So they will start sending out email in batches. Few people will get it on 12th of January, the email from PMI. Few might get it on 15th. So I don't know how they will be running the batches, right? And they will create separate license keys for each of you candidates. So if by 22nd of January you don't get the license access to the platform, PMI platform, then you need to come to us asking for two things. One, ProThoughts, please give me the access to the question banks, which are ProThoughts question banks. And second, please give me the access, please provide me get the license from PMI and pass it on to me. So you will have to buy that license from PMI and need to pass it on to you. With that license, you will be able to access the platform.
Got it, Arvind. Arvind, only one small doubt, that since PMI is trying to enable all the candidates and they are providing free access of Agile Practice Guide, what is the reason that they are holding back on the student manual? I mean, that I'm not able to connect.
The student manual will be there in the PMI choice platform. So if they give you the free access to the choice platform, you get the free access to the manual as well. It's included in that.
But Agile Practice Guide, they are providing free access, right? It is already there. We can log in and download.
So Agile Practice Guide is just an add-on to understand Agile, but it is not designed from this new pattern point of view. There's this new pattern in which the way the Agile has been introduced in PMP, that is being covered in that student manual, which is on the choice. Because see, Agile Practice Guide came in 2018 when PMBOK 6 got launched. At that time, this pattern was not finalized, right? The new pattern which has been come for the Agile, the 50% weightage, how that questions will be designed and how those questions will be coming, which Agile is a huge thing, right? Not everything in Agile is included in our syllabus. So you need to know what is included, what is not included. So that is where the student manual, if you talk about pick up any Agile book and read it, that will not prepare you for PMP Agile section, right?
Got it. It's a triangle. We just have to connect the dots. Right.
Exactly. Agile is itself like if when you say engineering, what do you want to do in engineering? You just cannot say I want to do engineering. Similarly, Agile has 200 plus certifications. You can go for Scrum Master, you can go for Safe Agilist, you can go for Disciplined Agile, XP, Kanban, Lean. I can keep on talking about Agile certifications. 200 plus certifications are available in the market for Agile. So Agile itself is like a huge thing. So what you will master in? Do you need to master all the 200 to sit for PMP? No. So that's what you need to know. That's where that limited scope of Agile is being covered in this student manual.
Right. Fair enough. Thanks, Arvind.
Okay, so PMP syllabus is just covering Agile as a mindset, because they understand that Agile itself has a lot of approaches. Scrum cannot be applied on large projects. Safe Agilist, Safe Agile cannot be applied on small projects. So every approach, every certification has its own limitations, right? So they cannot narrow it down to one. They're not tied up with one Agile approach, right? So they cannot just market one Agile approach. That's why they're talking about Agile as a mindset. Once you get that mindset, so if you have gone through any of the Agile certifications, you are already in that mindset. Then life becomes easier for you to grasp the knowledge. That's why I said that if you are already in that mindset, you might decide that, oh, I'm comfortable with the Agile syllabus. Just give me the access of the book. I will go through it. I will understand and prepare myself. But if you're not an Agile expert, not Agile certified, and if you feel you're not comfortable, plan to attend one of the sessions. So I cannot suggest you anything. You need to evaluate yourself and decide how good you are in Agile.
True, true.
Okay, so I think I see a few more hands here. So Shivam, I have unmuted few of you who have raised the hands. So please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, Shivam, go ahead.
Yeah, hello sir. How are you? I have already PMP certified from your ProThots, so thank you for that. But I have two questions. One is, sir, is there any change in the application process which we used to do in last year? You know, it was based on the 5 domains. So I think that with the new domain coming into picture, it will be based on 3 domains. And is there any change in the process in the application? That is my first question. And second question is based on the PDUs. You spoke that, you know, the new 60 PDUs should be based on this new domains. So is that a mandatory thing, or the last year whatever PDUs we have earned, or what was the process we followed for the PDUs?
No. PDUs even last year was based on people, process, and business environment only. That triple talent triangle which I showed you earlier, that has been there for last 1.5 years.
Okay. Okay.
So all the 35 PDUs that you earn, sorry, all the 60 renewal PDUs that you need to earn, that was based on people, process, domain even last year as well. So that has not changed it. So renewal PDUs, there's nothing changes. What was there last year, same thing continues. Okay. So if you just go and see, if you're already PMP certified, just try to claim one PDU and see what are the different categories it is showing you. That will tell you. They want you to claim in different categories, different. They don't want all the hours in just technical project management, 60 hours. So they have divided it and they have defined it all in the tool itself. So log in with your PMI.org, try to claim the 60 PDUs. Any one PDU, just try to claim one PDU and you will see all the options. And there you can browse to get an understanding of how many PDUs in which area you are supposed to claim.
Yeah, okay, sir. And on the first question on the application side, is there any change?
No, so on the application side, that application form online still continues to be the same. Okay, so people, process, business. See, you need to understand the 5 process groups is not out of the syllabus. Still, that is there in the 50% of the weightage questions, right? So if you are working on the agile projects, they will want you to define it in a different way. But if you have been working in waterfall, you will have to define your experience in those 5 process groups itself. So application process remains the same. Same form, same way to fill up. Everything remains the same. The only one thing which is changing in the application process is the 35 PDUs which you have to explicitly submit in the application is getting auto approved now, because with the PMI Choice platform access, and once you complete the session with us, it will get auto approved for you.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, Arvind, may I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah, Arvind, just would like to know, okay, this student manual, it is mandatory even if you have this PMBOK 6 or even if you have the RITA 9, correct? If I'm not wrong.
Correct, because that other 50% is not there in RITA 9, not there in PMBOK, is not there in Agile Practice Guide. Agile Practice Guide is an add-on to that student manual.
It's not there in RITA 10 as well, correct?
Yeah, it's not there in it's not there in RITA 10 as well.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying RITA 9 plus Agile Practice Guide is also good replacement of RITA 10.
Okay.
Student manual, you will have to get it, whether PMI gives you or whether you need to get it from us. That is one.
So it is mandatory. It is a mandatory for the new exam pattern.
Huh? Sorry?
It is a mandatory for new exam pattern.
Yeah, because that new pattern content is not defined anywhere except for the student manual.
Okay, clear up now.
Okay, then Santosh also has a question here.
Yeah, I'm the same. Clear up.
So Arvind, I think my question got cleared. My question was that, if I want to prepare for the new pattern, what I need is RITA 9 plus student manual and the Agile Guide. These 3 things, if I go through and prepare, it will be enough for enough to appear in the exam, right?
Right.
Considering my application is approved and I'm good on that term.
Yeah, application has nothing to do with your current syllabus and what you need to study with, right?
Yeah, but then I don't need to go for any PDUs, right? Because I have the PDUs and
nothing. See, PDUs does not. When PMBOK 5 changed to PMBOK 6, those who were trained on PMBOK 5, they were still valid to take the exam in PMBOK 6. For PMBOK 6, they never had to sit for the new exam. That is how the PMI has always been keeping. When PMBOK 4 was there, if you got trained on PMBOK 4, and after say a month later, PMBOK 5 came into the picture, you can still, so you can do a self-study based on PMBOK 5, upgrade your knowledge, and you are still valid. The whole 35 PDUs training based on PMBOK 4 is still valid. It was still valid at that time. The same thought process continues still.
Okay.
And from PMBOK 5 to 6, they have not made it restrictive. Why will they restrict it just for the pattern change? Right now, still PMBOK.
Understood. And another thing is, if I want to kind of get trained on that new 50% with ProThoughts, I guess you said the cost. Is it somewhere around 9,000? Is that the cost?
9,000 plus I think 9,900, which includes 18% GST as well.
Okay, and we don't have a cost for question bank as of now, right?
No, if you are attending, yeah. So if you want only the question bank, we are still figuring out the price for the existing candidates. But this 9,900 includes the question banks.
Oh, okay, okay, done. Thanks.
If you enroll the course, then you get everything. Then it's as if you are a refresher candidate. So PMI charges are all inclusive in that.
So these charges are online charges, right? 9,900 and 15,000. Viraj here.
Yeah, live online sessions. Right now we are not any live classroom sessions. Classroom sessions we are anticipating. We are planning right now to do the first batch of training in Claiborne, and not everywhere. How it happens, and then we will expand maybe from March or April full-fledged. We are hoping that second wave.
Hi, Arvind. Yeah, hi, Arvind.
Yeah, hi. Go ahead.
Yeah, can I request you to take the questions later after your session, please, if you don't mind?
My session is done. Okay, I just want to these contact details are on the screen, and that's it. After that, it's just questions.
Okay, fine. Got it. Thank you.
That's why
Arvind, Madan here. I saw somewhere that there will be along in the new pattern, along with the MCQs, there might be some fill in the blank something. So whether it's true or
yes. No. Good that you raised it. Sorry, I missed it in the slides here. So one new thing. This is very good question, and thank you for bringing it up. Okay, I somehow missed it here. So one of the things is till now, 200 questions which you were getting till last year, everything was MCQs with 4 choices, right? And you need to pick only one. You cannot pick 2 questions, and there were never 3 or 5 choices in the question, right? Answer choices. But in the new pattern, those 180 questions which you are going to get, you might end up selecting more than 1 choices. There is a mix and match one, drag and drop and matching, that type of user-friendly questions as well, plus true and false questions as well. So that gives you a benefit to the candidates. Like say for example, true and false. Instead of 25% being chances of getting right, now there is a 50% chance that you might get it right. The true false questions is actually a benefit to the candidates. Similarly, drag and drop, 3 or 4 choices, you need to match the following. All those type of questions are also they are adding into 180 questions now.
Arvind, one more doubt on the same question. One more doubt. In the multiple option correct, if we are supposed to for a particular question, say 2 options are correct, so unless we are marking the both 2 options, we will not get the marks for that. Or suppose if we have marked,
there is no marks for being half correct.
Half correct. So and there is no any separate that particular questions are multiple options correct and particular questions are single option correct, right?
No. There will be only one correct answer, one correct combination of correct answers. Like, so if you got one combination wrong, you got that question wrong.
So our question would be, out of those 180 questions, so for how many MCQs there will be, 2 answers like that, or whether
no answer given by PMI on that. You need to be prepared. That's the surprise component. PMI has not announced anywhere about this. They've just told that be prepared for the answers, which might be of these different types.
So whether whether any marking is there on such question, whether we have to choose 2 option, or
whenever they give you,
Yes,
they will.
yes, that's my doubt.
Multiple choice. They will tell you select select the 2 correct choices from the following 5.
Okay, thanks. Otherwise,
No. You will come to know whether you need to select 1 or more than 1. That will be mentioned in the question.
Okay, thanks for that.
A lot of hands are up here, and I'm not unmuted them. So those who have raised the hand, I've unmuted all of you. So please unmute yourself.
Arvind, Ankush here.
Yeah.
Arvind, about the business environment, I was pretty keen about how to prepare for that, and there is no book reference I'm finding for it apart from the student practice guide. Could you recommend some books for it?
To be very frank, business environment you should be least bothered because it's only 8% weightage. And when I talk about business environment, here it means strategic alignment with the portfolio, programs, the bigger picture, charter, business cases. I don't know if you know that part. Those things are all in business environment. And dealing with the customer, dealing with the interaction with the customer, getting the sign-offs, closure and initiation. Primarily the first and the end. First and the last part of the project is more linked with the business environment. Does not mean
understand,
but more of that. Okay.
So some part is already covered in the PMBOK 6th edition.
Yeah, nothing is coming. See, everything is there in PMBOK. It's just that it's tweaked a little bit in an agile way. That's all it is. Still, PMBOK is the book.
Okay.
But from that point of view, few things has to be customized. Terminologies are different. That's what you need to become accustomed to it. Like say, for example, in waterfall approach, we call project charter. The same thing in agile, we call it as a product vision or product roadmap. Lessons learned document in a waterfall is called retrospective document in agile. So you need to just steps and how the things vary a little bit between mind. That's what I'm saying. Agile is a mindset. Other than that, how to motivate an employee does not change. Scenario-based questions will remain the same whether it's waterfall or agile. How to motivate an employee, whether agile or waterfall, nothing changes. How to resolve the conflict approach is the same. So more than half of the syllabus, what I'm saying is the same old syllabus.
Okay. Knowledge areas are still applicable.
I'm sorry, what? Can you repeat?
The 9 knowledge areas are still applicable.
Yeah. So as I said, 50% is still waterfall. So when I say 50% is still waterfall, those 50% means the 10 knowledge areas, 5 process groups, 49 processes, and ITTUs. So that is still 50%. The other 50% is coming from that student manual, which you need to understand, the tasks, enablers, and all those things.
So I registered as PMI member in August last year, and due to my other conflicting priorities, I couldn't finish the PMBOK 6 preparation and all that. So still my membership is valid till August this year. Will I get whatever is required for this year's preparation, or should I pay anything extra to PMI?
So you dialed in late? Because I covered that. So let me just repeat that again. So to prepare for the new pattern, what you need is PMBOK 6 or RITA 9 or RITA 10. If you're going with RITA 9, you will need a part 3 of PMBOK as well, PMBOK 6 as well, part 3, which is the Agile Practice Guide. Okay, so either PMBOK or RITA, one of the 2 things you will be needing. Along with that, you will need the student manual, for which you will need to get the access from PMI Choice platform, which probably PMI is going to give you for free by 22nd of January. If they don't give you, you need to come to us, to ATPs, you need to buy it from us. We are planning not to sell it to outsiders because the copyrighted thing and all. So only to our candidates, we can still sell it. Like if anybody whom we have never trained, if they come to us and say, ProThoughts, we want to buy a student manual, please give it to us. Even if he's paying us 50,000 rupees, we are not planning to give it to him. It's only for our existing candidates who want to take the exam in the new pattern.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So Ankush, you have raised the hand, but you are unmuted. You need to unmute yourself. I'm just trying to unmute all the people who have raised the hand. Those who are still.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask the question?
Yeah, Darshita, go ahead. Darshita, right? No.
I think somebody else asked this. I have different question. This is.
Okay.
Wait, you continue. I'll just
Yeah,
mute
please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry, I've unmuted many of.
This is Janvi here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I want to ask this. Agile is widely used in the software industries. While I am from construction industry, so this APC document will be enough to understand the basics of Agile, because see, in my 15 years of career, I have never been with Agile pattern or any terms belongs to Agile. So just I want to understand whether this document will be enough, this APC and student manual, especially for the exam purpose. Will it be enough to understand the fundamentals?
Yes, that's how it has been with the waterfall as well. I know a lot of candidates whom I have trained who have been purely working in Agile for the last couple of years, and they came for PMP in the older pattern, and we trained them based on the waterfall approach. So see, Agile as a mindset is what you need to understand here. As I said earlier, you might be creating a lessons learned document in construction industry, whatever you are calling it, but in Agile world it is called retrospective documents. Okay. Yes. And how the work happens in waterfall, you plan in detail, then you start the work, right? You just, without planning, you don't start the work. In Agile, it's more of a little other way around. You just with a very high level planning, you get on to work and face the problem, solve it as and when they come. So thought process is different, but you still do the same thing. It's not like you don't do a planning at all, you don't initiate, you don't execute. It's just that when you execute, who executes, what are the terminologies used, these things vary. So if you have experience, when you read the book, you need to correlate. Oh, in construction, in my experience, this document is called by PMI with this name. So once you are able to correlate with that nomenclature, you should be able to crack the exam. You need to just, the only thing you just need to know is in PMP, how your experience is mapping it. And how your experience is getting mapped to the PMP knowledge. That's all. Whether it's waterfall, whether it's Agile. And I disagree with you in one thing, that construction does not implement Agile. Construction 100% is hybrid. Okay, part of the project is done in a waterfall, very detailed planning, and part of the things like tiling. I just gave you example because you gave an example the industry you come from, construction. So tiling that you do, you never plan at the very beginning to start the project that which tiles you will be putting in. Probably by the time structure is all done, at that point you decide which tiles to go for, whether it's a marble flooring or the tiles or whatever else. So a lot of things in construction is actually Agile. People don't realize in many industries that actually what they are doing is Agile.
Yeah, maybe you are correct. Okay, so that's why maybe I have not faced, but you are correct. Maybe you are right.
So I'm just giving you one specific to the point example because the industry. So we do consulting in many of the construction industries. So I know that they are actually hybrid. A lot of organizations who say we implement we implement Agile. When we go and look at it, they are also actually hybrid. It's very tough to implement pure Agile. It's very tough to implement pure waterfall. It's always as per your comfort level, you mix it up. So there's always an Agile component in every project. Does not matter which industry you are.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Arvind. Thanks for clearing the doubt.
Hello, this is Darshita here. I have 3 queries. One is, do we have negative marking?
No.
In this
that was not there before, and it is still not there.
Okay. Second, on the exam fees, are we having changes compared to 2020?
No. But for you, if you have attempted already and did not clear, for you it will be much reduced amount, 65% discounted rate. They're reducing that price for reattempt and giving you four months till 18th of April. 3.5 months, I will say, till 18th of April. Means if your application is valid till July, then it's not 18th April. I'm talking about only for those whose application is expiring before April, that is getting extended. Okay, so exam fees is reduced, it's not increased, and for others it's the same exam fees. Third question.
Okay, yeah, I will be first time taking the exam this year. And third is on the for ProThots, while we are telling for the existing candidates we have 9,900, so does it include student manual, PMI choice access? If PMI choice access is removed, it might be a different amount, right?
No, 9,900 includes couple of things. One, the training of 35 hours. Second, the mock exams. Third, the PMI choice platform access. And fourth is all the rest of the support and everything. Okay. Now, the support and everything is already, I think you have already paid for, so you don't have to worry. PMI choice platform, if you get it from PMI, if PMI gives it, then our prices will change from 9,900 to maybe even lesser. So we are still waiting. We are also not sure. Unless PMI don't confirm, we cannot reduce the price further.
Okay, understood. Thank you. Yeah.
Arvind, sorry, just one question. Just now you said that if you get this student manual through the PMI, then the cost will be reduced from 9,900, correct?
Right. And if you ask me how much, I don't know. Unless means we have not yet
that is okay. That is it.
Means if you get it and then you just connect with me at that time. At that time, I will have a concrete answer.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi Arvind, just one question here. So the new batches which will be starting, the weekend batches from next month, that will cover the processes like from the initial 10 process with the traditional existing ones to the new ones as well, right? The session will cover the entire thing, right? According to the new syllabus.
So now what's happening is we are not following our own defined way of presenting. All the slides which we will be training you based on 35 PDUs, all those 4 days trainings, the slides are also provided by PMI. Okay, we had till now, till 31st of December, not 31st, we stopped the training in October itself. So till October, end of October, the trainings which we did in the older pattern, that was our slides which we created as a ProThots as an institution. But in the new pattern, PMI is providing the presentation slides also, and all these trainers who are approved trainers like myself, one of us, so we are all trained on those PPT slides on how to present, how to speak, what to cover, how much of the trainer session and the exam that we can undertook. So that actually trained us on how to present the whole syllabus, how we have to give more weightage, we have to give less weightage. So I'm covering both the things, for 50% waterfall plus 50% agile as well. But it will be more high level now because earlier it was more focused on waterfall. So we are getting in very detail now because the content has doubled and the timeline to cover everything it remains the same. So in the same 35 hours, more content to cover. So I have to become a little more high level.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
So few things which I was covering earlier in very detail, now in the interest of time, I will only be covering at a high level. But I will be covering both waterfall and agile, both PMBOK syllabus and the student manual. But it will not be as detailed. You might find, if you have attended my session earlier, you will find that I was deep diving into each and everything. But now,
yeah, I was a part of the October batch. Yeah.
Right. So you will not find me deep diving any more further into each and everything.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay, any other question? I think we have crossed half an hour, but I think I can take the questions.
Yeah, Arvind, one question.
Yeah.
So I'm recently starting preparing for this or planning for this. So what would you suggest in terms of timeline? How much time I should allocate, or when I should plan my exam? So what is the good time for the prep?
So normally,
how much month?
Have you already started, or you are still thinking to start?
How many weekends?
No. Have you attended our sessions already? Hello? Hello?
No.
You have not attended?
Not yet. Hello?
So if you have not attended, if you have not attended our sessions,
I haven't attended. Yeah.
So if you are starting afresh, plan to spend what we will be needing from you will be 350 to 400 hours of effort. Earlier it used to be 250 to 300 hours, but that 100 hours extra is because of that agile syllabus getting added into the PMP. So around 350 to 400 hours of your effort will be required. Now, when I say 350 to 400 hours, it includes application process, mock exams, everything, not only self-study. We cover the strategy part in the sessions. So, so 50 to 100 hours extra is now needed. So how quickly you can give that 350 to 400 hours, that I don't know. You need to, if you spend 1 hour every day or 5 hours every day, answer will be different, right?
Okay. Yeah. Understood. Yeah. Thank you.
Backtrack. How quickly you can give 350 hours of effort, that is something you need to backtrack.
Arvind sir, this is Arindam. I just wanted to quickly check. As you mentioned that the fees is 9,900, and based on PMI's decision, you might reduce the fees for the student manual, right? So I just wanted to know if I want to enroll for the next online class of yours, which is on the weekend, 30th and 31st of Jan, and 6th and 7th of Feb. I just dropped a message to the consultant I was coordinating with earlier. So just wanted to know that should I hold on to the payment for the class right now, or should I make the payment? And how?
Don't make the payment. Wait. Otherwise, the refund and everything, follow up, all those things. It's a hassle for you as well as the hassle for the staff and us as well. So I will say hold on, because there is no early bird concept as well. It's cost to cost for the existing candidate. So whether like my batch starting on 30th, right? So whether you pay after 22nd or before 22nd does not really matter. The price will remain the same.
But can I ask?
Clarity on 22nd.
Can I ask him to enroll me for the batch for yours, or do I need to hold on to that thought as well?
Ask it together itself. Make the payment, and at that time on 23rd, once you know the answer, whether you got it or you don't. If you got the manual on 18th, then you can connect on 18th itself.
Okay.
So once you get a clarity whether you are getting the student manual from PMI or not, then only enroll.
Okay. And the other question that I had is
not for the new candidates, because for them they anyways have to enroll with us.
Yeah, that's correct. Right. Yeah. So after like your session was very helpful, and at least I understand I need to attend the session of yours. So I'll do that. And the other question that I had, I think you clarified earlier that this new content that you will be sharing with us, or the slides that you'll be showing, is not good. It's not going to be incremental, right? It's going to be a standalone by itself, and we don't need to refer to the previous content that you had shared with us in the previous batch, right?
Yes. So see, that is what the previous sessions which we conducted, you must have attended in one of my batches of older pattern, right? So older pattern session still constitutes the 50% of the syllabus. So if you have the access to that videos, that is preparing you only for the 50% of the syllabus now.
Right. So my question was, what my question was, the content that you mentioned about, I have the Rita 9 version. So I have that. I'll download the Agile practice guide and the student question pattern, or whatever the new content is you said. So we will refer these three, and then obviously we'll go through the new slides that you'll present. But what I was going to understand is, do we still refer to those slides that you shared earlier, or do we just follow these contents and that will be enough for us?
No, that slide is linked with the Rita 9. So that Rita 9, then you can always refer to those slides.
I actually did not refer to the PMBOK guide. I just completely read the Rita book and gave all the mock tests. But as you mentioned, that the last few days was like crazy town and nobody got proper slots. I actually got a chance to sit for the exam online from home, but since that is not a reliable option, I just didn't choose it. Instead of rushing and failing, I thought I'll wait and I'll give this new pattern.
No, that's always fine. It's better not to fail. Delay is better than failing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I got I think 80-85% also on the last mock test, but I think what my concern was the connectivity and the power. If I don't have the backup of power and connectivity, then I might just lose on the money.
Let's not talk about the past.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the future. There are a lot of reasons. I know all those reasons. A lot of people did not go for it because they were not getting the dates consistently. People were not willing to take the exam from home. A lot of uncertainties were there. People were not prepared in a hurry. They didn't want to risk. A lot of reasons are there. I know. So that's okay. So going forward, I think RITA 9, when you're preparing based on RITA 9, I think you're already prepared for that. Then the study material, the slides and everything, for that particular part of our syllabus, PMP syllabus is okay. But you will need the new material. For new material, that slides are not relevant. So the slides which you have got from us, that is relevant for 50% of the syllabus, the waterfall part of our 50%.
Got it. So we still can go back and read those as well. It's still going to be relevant for those 50%. Okay.
You just cannot ignore that at first initial 50%, right?
Yeah. Got
Because you are preparing for the new 50% does not mean that you can leave the initial 50%, early 50%. You need to score in that as well, right?
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Sachin, you need to unmute yourself if you have any question. I see your raised hand.
Yeah, Arvind, I have just a question regarding the earlier material that is given by the ProThoughts, like mind map and flashcard, because that covers just 50%. So whether there will be any revised material from the ProThoughts for the same, because that covers the handbook plus mind map and then flashcard.
Yes, we are creating the new material, the mind maps and everything. So if you enroll with for our 9,900 that course, you will get the access to our platform where you will find all these mind maps and everything. Right now, because of the COVID, the physical printing and everything is not possible. So we are not printing the books. We might start it post-COVID, but right now, as of today, it's only the soft copy on the e-learning portal, which you will get access to.
Okay, thank you.
So I don't see any further hands raised. So I think, and we have crossed, it's almost 1:45 hours. So 1 hour for Q&A. So with this, I think we'll wrap it up. Thanks everyone for dialing in. So you can contact us. The numbers and everything is on the screen. I hope you all have copied it. Okay. So thanks everyone. I hope it was useful and it answered all your queries.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Sure. Thanks everyone.